personally, my attitude towards pornography is that I have to be cautious and abstinent of it in general, because I believe sex addiction is a real thing because I've experienced it. And I think pornography, there's sort of serious scientific evidence around what pornography does to the brain. Check this shit out. Heroin addicts often claim that shooting up feels like an orgasm. Supporting their experience, ejaculation mimics the effects of heroin addiction on the same reward circuit nerve cells. Specifically, ejaculation shrinks the same dopamine producing nerve cells that shrink with chronic heroin use. Now, I've been a heroin addict and not necessarily, certainly I've had issues around compulsive sex and looking at porn, even when I was very, very young, before having any sort of sexual relationships. I would assume at first glance that young people having access to abundant porn is not a good thing. My assumption would be that it's objectifying, ignores and eschews the sacred aspect of sexuality, that there is much in the world of pornography that is transgressive, and not in a progressive and positive way, but in a kind of objectifying and humiliating way. I think that pornography generally commodifies sex, commodifies human beings, commodifies, I would say, women in particular. Now, I know people that work in porn, and I wouldn't to prescribe to them that a particular type of morality, or you shouldn't be doing this job or whatever. And there's lots of interesting stuff like John Ronson's work around pornography and the community that exists amongst the adult entertainment world. But speaking from the perspective of an addict, I feel that pornography is dangerous. I think it's a dangerous thing. I think there's some serious evidence that young people are suffering from erectile dysfunction. That's not like a made up thing as a result of experiencing an unnatural amount of erotic, and not even erotic, pornographic imagery that prevents you. In a sense, it's the commodification and consumerization of sex, turning sex into an absolute commodity, turning human beings into objects. This cannot be spiritually positive. Me, as an addict, I feel like if you play a computer game for too long and then the real world looks odd, if you watch too much pornography, clicking through videos, staring like a lifetime's worth of naked humanity in all manner of positions that they're ultimately in because they're earning money from it. There's not the amount of porn that already exists